On the spot reviews, strawberries are good for you.
Are they good for you?
Oh
yeah, they're fruit. A lot of vitamin C and a lot of vitamin A. I think
there was something good for you in them. And
eat strawberries.
Please.
He's MagicRy, and I'm eating a strawberry.
And he's SpartanSteve.
Oh yeah,
a strawberry eating SpartanSteve.
Yeah.
Okay, so
on
the spot reviews. Do this.
All right, want me to do flip?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna miss this time because I'm gonna go right up here. Yeah, and it's heads. There, it's heads. I have a feeling people would complain.
Stop complaining. Okay, so
you're making me review something again.
Kingdom Hearts. Sorry. I had to. Okay, I'm gonna specify it. I'm gonna say Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna start off the beginning because the chronology is just way too damn confusing.
It's like an Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so you want me to review Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
For the PS2.
Keep in mind... Okay, SpartanSteve and I are super Kingdom Hearts fans. And when I say super Kingdom Hearts, I mean it's like up there with my favorite games of all time. Especially the second one.
I was about to say that,
yeah,
like, Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah. Kingdom Hearts 1, I have ups and downs with, and we'll definitely go into that in this review.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're gonna start off right away. Characters. Tell me about the characters.
Well, a lot of people, from a glance, say, oh, it's Mickey Mouse. No, he's not even in the game until the end. The main character is a boy named Sora, and he lives with his two friends on a place called Destiny Islands, Riku and Kairi. Kairi, he clearly, I would say clearly, loves, and Riku is his best friend, but some tension is driven there, and then they end up in another world, and then they start exploring other Disney worlds, and Sora travels along with a key-shaped blade, witly called the Keyblade, and he meets up with Donald and Goofy, and they explore worlds based off all our favorite Disney movies, like Tarzan, Aladdin, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Little Mermaid, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland. I'm trying to remember all the first movies.
Hollow Bastion, Nightmare Before Christmas. Anyways,
Hollow Bastion. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the locations, but it's like more Final Fantasy based.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's a plethora of places you can go.
Yeah.
And one absolutely amazing thing about the Kingdom Hearts series is the worlds are just so spectacular. Anyways, that leads to my next question, but what do you think of the worlds? I mean, you didn't fully answer. What do you think of the characters? Like, what are your impressions on them? So.
Oh, right. Okay. They're very likable.
Sora. Let's talk about Sora specifically. He's the main character, just for you who don't really know anything about Kingdom Hearts. And again, if you don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, you should learn. Because
it's a very easy series to pass off, because you're like, oh, Final Fantasy and Disney, oh, these things shouldn't mix. And then you play and you're like, oh, they do mix very well.
Very well.
Sora's very likable. He's voiced by Haley Joel Osment, who is no longer a childhood actor. It's been years, but back when he voiced him, he was much younger, and you know, he's an easy character to relate to. You kind of wish you were him, because you get to visit all your favorite Disney worlds, and he's very excited and upbeat. He's full of light. They go into that throughout the entire series, because he's like a chosen one. And he really doesn't do anything that makes you hate him, per se.
And I mean, like Steve kind of said, I mean, growing up, everyone wanted to be Sora. He was like, he's so cool. And there was, of course, Kairi, who is his love interest.
She's a likable character. She's not a Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane.
No, she's not, like, useless, but you know what? In the first game especially, she doesn't have, like, a giant significance. She doesn't
she's at the beginning, and then she's at the end.
That's it. And, like, you could tell Sora really cares about her, and there's a little bit of a love triangle going on.
Yeah.
But, anyways, third installment going to be coming out, I guess, in the next year or so. I mean, we've been waiting for so damn long.
I give it a year and a half.
Probably a year and a half.
They're working on it.
Yeah, intelligently enough, they brought it back into an HD remix, which you can actually pick up for the PS3.
It has the first one, the PS2 remake of Chain of Memories. You could pass that one off.
But just pass it.
And it remasters all the cutscenes from 358 over 2 days, which was the DS installment. It was one of the first ones. There's another collection that has Kingdom Hearts 2, but I guess we want to focus on the first one.
Yeah, we're going to focus on the first one. So, okay, the worlds. Tell me about the worlds. Like, what makes them unique? I mean...
What makes the worlds unique? They made it easier for you to feel like you got a better sense of the worlds of all your favorite Disney movies. Like, obviously, like, when you go to the Aladdin world, it's called Agrabah. And you get the streets of Agrabah, you get the entrance to the palace, you even get a ways into the King of Wonders, and you really feel like you're in Aladdin.
In terms of graphics, I feel that Kingdom Hearts was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, okay.
I still think it looks pretty.
Yeah, it still even looks pretty. Look, the only thing, the mouth. Like, you remember that?
Oh yeah, some cutscenes are like, they've got like a good physical animation going, but then sometimes they're like, don't worry, I'll go with you.
No, it's like, don't worry.
And only the mouths will move very little, and there's no facial expression.
But hey, you know what? It was so many years ago, and they did what they could for the time period.
And there were a lot of games that came out around that time that had really bad voice acting. Like Final Fantasy X was the year before. And then there was that same year, Devil May Cry 1 came out. Back to Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. I'm about to ask you a question, but I realize you're making a review.
Okay.
It feels like something I would make you review.
Soundtrack. Tell me about it.
Soundtrack. A lot of them are like, sort of like rhythmic, very soothing remixes of all your favorite sort of Disney songs. Like when you go to the Nightmare Before Christmas world, which is known as a Halloween town, the background theme is "This Is Halloween's" instrumental, and it goes dun 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 dun. But besides all the basic soundtrack based on Disney themes, a lot of it is very moody or exciting, and it really puts you into the world. And I think that's why I love Kingdom Hearts so much, is that it makes me feel. And then quite obviously there's that
Simple and Clean.
Simple and Clean. There's the ending, the main theme song, written by Utada Hikaru. I forgot what the Japanese title of the song was, but here it's known as Simple and Clean. Great song, a lot of fun. You hear a quick remix version of it at the beginning and the real version at the end, and it sets the tone perfectly.
It does. You know what? I'm going to be honest, but initially, this is back so many years ago when the game had kind of come out, like a year prior to that, but Steve had actually picked up a PS2, and I
picked up a PS2
heard
really
about
late.
the game Kingdom Hearts, and I was drawn to it because of Simple and Clean. I heard it in the commercial, actually.
Yeah.
And it lured me into the game. And, like, not only that, but the characters, like the Disney worlds, it was just so damn cool.
It had a mystical aura to it. You're like, I need to play this. And I was drawn to it years after it came out. And it was one of the reasons I got a PS2. I was like, you know what? PS2s are cheap now. I'm going to pick up a PS2. And I tried a couple games like Ratchet and whatnot, but my first game was Kingdom Hearts. And Ryan recommended it.
I did.
And to this day, I bet you don't regret it. I certainly don't regret it, because it's fantastic.
Okay, I want you to quickly talk about the difficulty level of this game. Keep in mind, this is Kingdom Hearts 1. We're not going to comment on the others, but number 1.
That's
Tell me about the difficulty.
If we're talking about regular North American releases of all the games, Kingdom Hearts 1 is arguably the toughest one. Unless you count Chain of Memories, but Chain of Memories is stupid. It's unfair.
It's a card game. It's a stupid card game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cards.
It's really hard. There's only 2 difficulty settings in the original release. There's normal and
Scream,
expert.
And then kill yourself.
Scream and then kill yourself. Yeah, so the one thing that really scared me was that there was no easy mode. There was no like beginner or anything. It was normal and expert. And I was like, alright, I guess I'll do normal. By the time you get to the Cerberus fight, which is only the 2nd or 3rd world, you're dying all the time.
You're just so frustrated because you're just trying so hard. I remember I would literally just jump around for like an hour because I just couldn't hit Cerberus.
I guess you could make the argument because Kingdom Hearts is an RPG that you can you can grind, but you still, because the game is action based, there is a little more skill involved. You need to remember to attack. You need to remember to dodge, to heal your parties. Stress out Donald dying all the time.
Oh God, Donald.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're not gonna ruin this for you, but Goofy is awesome and Donald is so bad.
Donald's like supposed to be the mage character, and he's dead 3/4 of the time.
He's just like you're always hearing Donald die.
Like you're just playing, and then all you hear is like that's him dying. You're like, come on,
Donald's dead again.
Yeah. God damn it, Donald. But I think we should actually explain the combat.
Yeah,
what's the
okay, that was
combat?
actually going to be my next question. You know, we have like a mental connection. But combat system, tell me about it. Like, as opposed to the Final Fantasies.
The Final Fantasies are very turn-based. Like, you know, you're walking in the field and you appear in a random battle. And I guess random battles are still kind of here. Because you're walking around and then magically
That's
the
it.
Heartless
I mean,
appear,
you
which
kind
are the
of
villains.
like enter the battle, but like you're not given turn.
No, you have full control. It's actually it's a hack until the second game that Sora gets awesome.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, they really did improve it with the final mix. I mean, you could obviously... I mentioned it earlier, but for PS3, they have a new version release. And, like, I never really spoke about this, but it was so smart because they got the newer generation into it. And for Steve and I mean, I initially bought the PS3 because I was anticipating the release of the third Kingdom Hearts.
And there was no news of it, and they
Nope.
finally announced it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
It's like, you know what, okay, I have a PS4 now, so
you have a PS4.
Yeah, I have a PS4, so I'm okay with it. But man, I've been really waiting for this game for a long time.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we're a little restricted in terms of the story, so I can't really ask much about the story.
Actually, I was really hoping you would ask me a story question, because I do want to say this. One
Okay.
problem with Kingdom Hearts is the story is very convoluted. You can't
So-
go in like expecting realism and like Citizen Kane script type awesome. It's really far-fetched. It's a lot about light in your heart and darkness and crap like that, and it gets really confusing past the second game. I will say this. The villains are Disney villains. Jafar, Ursula, Maleficent, Oogie Boogie. Hades is also really good
So
in this.
awesome.
I was
James
actually
Woods.
one thing that really surprised me about Kingdom Hearts was how many of the original voices from like movies that
They had
were-
actually gotten James Woods for Hades.
Yeah, they got James Woods for Hades. They got Danny DeVito to play Phil from Hercules again.
You know what? The game is just so damn well done. So, you know, with that being said, we don't want to keep you too long. But what do you give it? So, gameplay factor out of 10, what would you say?
Based on when I was younger or now?
Based on now. We're gonna say based on now.
Now I'm gonna go with an 8.
8 out of 10. So, visuals, how have they aged? Like
The
rating out of
visuals, I hate rating games with their visuals, like in the aging process, because I'll tell you that based on its style, it's aged better than other games that have come around at the same time, because it's going for more cartoony look. The really bad graphic parts are
what is style?
it's pretty bad.
So we're gonna
okay.
Yeah.
Graphics, you know.
Graphics. We'll say graphics. So how is it?
It's an 8.
Like, so we'll say it aged pretty decently, considering. You know
Yeah.
what? Again, it was really ahead of its time.
I will say this. Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10, but I think everyone should play this game. I'm not saying everyone will love this game
I think
or
you will.
enjoy it, but a good majority should. If you're a fan of Disney, this is like a dessert. This is great.
It is. It's tasty. I mean,
Even
you
if
know
you're a
what?
Final Fantasy fan, you'll like it.
Overall, what would you rate it? First game.
8. Again.
8 out of 10.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. Some parts haven't aged so well, but when I think PS2, one of the main games I think of is Kingdom Hearts. Like, that's the PS2 game. Whether you want to consider Ratchet and Clank, or Jak and Daxter, or Sly Cooper, or God of War, or Metal Gear Solid, whatever, Kingdom Hearts is in there with me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess we have an 8 out of 10 on the spot review.